Hey guys, I just want to let you know, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain, okay? So it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or a computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. That's right. And it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Nothing beats that. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I want you to go ahead and take out a fresh cup of hot tea, coffee, water, your notes, your mind, and your heart, because I want you to really be engaged with what I'm going to talk about today, because this can truly change the new year coming for you, and the new year can start for you right now. It doesn't necessarily have to start on a Monday. It doesn't have to start on a specific day. It can start for you right now. The moment that you make the commitment to yourself that what you're currently doing may not be adding the most value to what you're trying to accomplish, to the goals that you're trying to get to. So you may be asking yourself, what is she talking about? First of all, I hope that this finds you at a time that you need it the most, that you've been seeking for something, that you've been, acquiring of the universe. Like, okay, what do I do next? What comes next? Because what you're currently doing may not be working. The complaining, the bickering, the choosing of sides, that may not be working for you 100%. And how do I know that? Because I used to be there and I used to do it. So go ahead and take out your pen, paper, notepad, whatever it is for you. I prefer pen and paper because if I get caught up in my phone sometimes, it's very easy for me to start scrolling. So I make sure that whenever I am open to creativity, whenever I am open to listening, that I am cutting out all distractions, and I make it very intentional. I try to listen to my podcast with no kids around. If not, I put my headphones in and try get up a little bit earlier, stay up a little bit later. Make sure that my mind and my heart and my spirit are ready to receive whatever it is that I am trying to listen to at the moment. Because at the end of the day, when you're listening to something, you will only really take in about 20% of what is being said. So imagine when you have all of the other extra distractions around you and you're trying to goal set for your upcoming year. You're even trying to goal set right now. Maybe you haven't even started goal setting for your fourth quarter. Guess what? We're in the fourth quarter. This is it. I don't know much about sports. That is solely my husband. But I do understand that the fourth quarter is highly important. In the fourth quarter, you have to give it more than anything. You should be giving it your all in all the quarters, but it's a lot easier to play okay in the beginning of the year. It's a lot easier to say, you know what, I'm going to lose weight at the beginning of the year. It's a lot easier to say, you know what, these are my goals at the beginning of the year, than to set and redefine and change and adapt and dominate your goals right now. So let's get started. So I want to talk to you guys about goals. What are they? Right? So I feel like this is going to be more than one part. So let's just kind of go with it, okay? So goals. I want you to take a minute right now, to name your goals. What are your goals? Do you know what goals are? Do you know how to set goals? Have you ever had goals? Do you ever set goals? Have you been setting goals? You can call goals, I guess, in other words, dreams. Do you have dreams? Have you had dreams for yourself, for your life? Or are you currently living in somebody else's reality? I've met a lot of people, and I know a lot of people currently, that their goals are not theirs. Their goals are their families, their goals are their friends, their goals are their husbands or their wives. Their goals are for their kids. Their goals are because maybe, you were the only one in your family that has the possibility of breaking the generational curses of going to college, but you really don't like college, and you're only doing it because, you know what, my family would be so proud. But you're so gifted and you're so talented talented and you see that there's opportunity out there for you and you're willing to not do it because of someone else. So first of all, I want to start off with, what are your goals? What is deep, 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 deep down in your heart, in your brain, in your spirit that you want to accomplish? What is that for you? You know, some of the goals that I gave myself in the beginning of me working for myself, or even in the beginning, let's just take it back to high school. You know, I had these goals of, okay, I'm going to go get into this college. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make my parents proud. I'm going to become, you know, if not a doctor, a nurse. I'm going to own my own time. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. I'm not going to have to financially depend on anyone. You know, it's good to dream, but you have to fully understand that whether you have goals or not, challenges are going to come. So you might as well have goals that give you a bigger pull on your life than just, I'm going to see if it comes to me. I'm going to see if it happens. Or are you living in that victim mentality? Like, it's never going to happen. I'm already too old. I've already lived for my kids. My husband divorced me. I'm already overweight and I can't lose the weight. I've already tried. I've already. So you're living in this I've already. Or, you know, if only I had the money, if only I had the time, if only I could go back 5, 10, 15, 20 years of my life, I would have made different choices. Well, guess what? You have the choice right now. You have the ability right now to change that. No one can change that but you. And guess what? Big goals require big commitment. So I highly encourage you to not commit to someone else, but really commit to yourself day in and day out, because it's going to take daily commitment. I used to set my New Year's resolution to say, you know, I'm going to lose weight. This was January 1st. And by January 5th, I was like, this is too hard, because I was setting my goals, but I had no real intention. I had no real backup plan. I had no real ways of setting it. I had no real support. I didn't really know anyone else in my family that wanted to be healthy. So I was basing my circumstances and my current lifestyle around other people instead of allowing myself to be committed to me, to make it a non-negotiable for me. And I think we're going to talk about that a little bit in a later chapter, in a later part. So I want you guys to write down some goals. If you can write down 10 goals, great. I was once told, write down 50 goals. And I was like, what? 50 goals? Like, I don't even know if I have 10 goals. And once you start writing down goals, like, you really start opening up to what you thought was no longer possible for you. So minimum of 10, but if you can really do it, write down 50 goals today when you listen to this. Don't say, you know, I don't have the time for it. Maybe I'll try to write it down. Guys, I don't like the word try. You might as well say, I'm never going to get to it. Trying to me is a disguise for it's not a priority. It will not be done. Right? So try telling yourself, you know, I'm not a priority. It hits a little bit different than saying I don't have the time. Right? So if that was you, if that was your thought process, if you haven't logged off already, don't try, just do. Take action. And once you take action, the things around you that you start to see start looking a lot different. You start to realize that you're allowing more time for yourself to work on your soul, on your mind, on your spirit, on your physical well-being, on your finances. You start to realize that, yes, we have kids, but at the end of the day, if you don't take care of you, you can't give back fully to your kids or to your family, right? So I want you guys to write down your goals. And I want you to really think, what is a goal for you? You know, is it the money that you have in your bank account? Do you even know how much money you have in your bank account? Do you even know how much money you want to end with by the end of this year? By the way, we're in 2020, just in case anybody out there listens to this after and you're wondering, what year is she talking about, right? This is a year of many different things. Many different things have happened. And guess what? If you're listening to this, you're still alive. That's something to be grateful for. You might as well go ahead, write down some goals that you want to finish and end 2020 stronger than how you started it. So, how much money do you want to end in your bank account? What is it that you're trying to achieve right now? Maybe in your career place or in your work status. What are you trying to build? Maybe you own your own business. Maybe you work for yourself like me and my husband do. Maybe you recently retired. What are you trying to do? Where do you want to travel? Have you dreamt of places that you want to travel? But because you haven't thought of how much money was needed for that or how many actions were needed to make that, the excuse will always be, the reason will always be, we don't have the money. I don't have the money. And that may be real. That may be legit. But the goal necessarily won't have to be, hey, I need to make this amount of money so then I can do this. No, the goal may be, look, I want to travel outside of my city. I want to travel outside of my state because I've never been able to do that. My family doesn't come from that. I've never been taught to do that. I'm from this small place and I know I've had big dreams to one day leave it or to at least travel, right? Maybe it's the next state over. Maybe it's the next city over. Maybe it's the next continent over. Maybe that is going to pull you more than saying, you know what, I need to make this much amount of money. No, I want to be able to get out of the place and I'm unwilling to stay in my current circumstances. So that is what's going to pull you. I heard this before and I didn't really realize where it came from until I realized where it came from. Where there is no vision, people perish, right? There's no vision for your future. There's no vision for tomorrow. There's no vision for your goals. There's no vision for what you want to accomplish. So I really want you guys to really think with this, like, man, what are my goals? I want you to go to sleep tonight, I want you to think about this all day while you're at work or while you're not at work. In whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to hear my voice. I want you to ask yourself, what are my goals? What are really my goals? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to become? Maybe you're like me. You had a set career. So did my husband. We had the 6-figure income. We had a home that we owned. We had some cars. Pretty good, middle class, well-off family. There was a lot of things that we didn't have. And it's not because we weren't grateful for the things that we had. We just knew that there was a lot more for us. So those goals of being able to travel or those goals of being able to be present parents, both of us, not just one of us. I know many stay-at-home moms. I don't know a lot of stay-at-home parents. I don't know a lot of work from home, work from anywhere parents. So for me to be able to offer that opportunity to families or people or single moms or college students, it doesn't matter, is a blessing. So what are your goals? Originally, I became a nurse because I wanted to help people. Guess what? I found a different vehicle. I kept searching, I kept asking, I kept looking. And one day, because I was not in a good place physically, it allowed more opportunity to come my way. The way that my goals started to manifest may have not been the way that I thought they were going to, but I still put my goals out there to allow the universe to realize, look, this is what I want and this is what I'm coming after. If you don't do that, you will never get to where you're trying to be or where you see the people all over your Instagram or all over your social media and you're like, man, if only I had their life, if only I had the money. The good Lord will not give you the money if you are not willing to just do the basic things that those people that have success in your eyes are currently doing. So take a sip of your tea because, I need one. This is something that I'm really passionate about. And you can tell when I'm really passionate, I start getting louder. And I just continue to speak, lose track of my notes, and go from there. But guys, this is Let's Be Real with Annabelle, so let's be real. Sometimes you just have to speak from the heart instead of, go over what you wrote down or the things that you originally thought you were going to talk about. So, and honestly, for me, it flows better this way. It flows more real. It allows me to be more of myself with you guys. So I wanted you to guys really take the time, to listen to me and write down your goals. Write down what they are to you. Guys, goals motivate us for different reasons. Are they yours or are they someone else's? I encourage you guys to highly make a list. What are your reasons? A strong pull won't be affected by the challenges that will come. Because guess what? Challenges are going to come, like I already told you guys. But if you guys have a strong pull because those goals really motivate you, then it doesn't matter the challenges that you have that come your way. You still say, oh, no problem, I'm going to win. So unless you have those goals, it will be impossible to manage your time. And on top of that, it will be impossible to be productive if you don't have well-defined goals, right? So what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to see? What is it that you want to have? Where do you want to go? What would you like to share? What value do you want to give? What is it that you want? Now, you're probably telling yourself, I'm too shy. I get this a lot. I'm too shy. I want to give so much and I have so much to give and I have a gift, and you know your gift and people know your gift, but you've been hiding your gift for so long. And you've buried your goals for so long because in this mind, you created this reality that you were too shy. Have you ever thought about that you weren't born shy? You literally are born most likely probably crying into this world. The reason that you feel like that is because when you were born, family members, caretakers, teachers, people tell you to be quiet, right? Like, oh no, don't talk to strangers. No, my girl's shy, my boy is shy. So now you created this reality that you're so shy. And yes, there are many, many, many different personalities. There are many, many different people. But you're dimming your light because you're not allowing yourself to have the goals and go after what you truly want, right? So I'm asking you again, the biggest mistake most people make, let's say you have a business, or let's say whatever it is for you, is that you're not setting your goals high enough. You have to be willing to understand the level of effort and the level of thinking that it requires for you to be successful in any given area of your life. Whether that is to be the best mom, whether that is to be the best homeschool teacher, whether that is to run your own successful business, whether that is to whatever it is, right? You have to be willing to understand the level of effort it's going to take behind those goals that you just wrote down. Because faith without works, goals without works is nothing. Right? And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So again, some of the mistakes that people make, I'm going to give you some of the mistakes, and I want you guys to really take this and really work on it today, is setting your goals too low. And I'm telling you guys this because if I tell you, hey, go do some goal setting, and you're setting goals that you could already achieve, you're already making a mistake. Because you're not really going to feel satisfied. You're going to be like, oh, maybe if I would have pushed a little bit harder, I would have gotten here instead of here. So setting your goals too low. Mistake number 2, underestimating how much action is required for you to reach them. Maybe you're trying to lose 50 pounds from now until the end of the year, right? You're not even waiting. That's the thing. You don't have to wait until the new year. You can do it now. So the action that it requires for that, maybe it's reaching out to someone that quote unquote has the body goals, or someone that even is consistently pushing themselves to be better, consistently pushing themselves to do more, consistently, has that inner self-motivating drive to want to be better, right? Maybe you're underestimating how much action is required. So maybe you need to reach out to that person that you're scared to reach out to on your social media and say, look, these are my goals. This is what I need. How can you help me? Right? And then they can even just give you insight like, look, you're just not putting in enough action. Look, you're just waiting until, the new year. You're just waiting for this. You're just giving yourself excuses. Unless you really don't want change, you probably will not be open to hear to the feedback that the people are willing to give you. Another mistake, underestimating the amount of challenges you will have to overcome to reach your goals. Maybe you have to lose 50 pounds, but maybe you've plateaued at 30. Guess what? Maybe you just need some extra help. Maybe right now, in the middle of you weight loss journey or whatever type of journey or whatever goals you have for yourself, something happens, something that is unexpected, something that that you can't. Maybe you can't go to the gym how you wanted to. Maybe you're not supposed to be as active as you thought you could be. What is going to happen then? You're either going to stop your goals or you're just going to figure out a way around them. So we'll talk about that later on in another chapter. Any goal that you're going to set is going to be difficult to achieve. Any goal. even if the goal is not to do anything about it. It takes just as much energy to not do anything than it takes to actually do it. One of them is going to give you a higher level of satisfaction. So why not set them higher from the beginning? So even if you fall short of $100 million, instead of setting your goal to $100,000, you're a little bit shorter than the first one, right? Doesn't that make sense? So most people don't really find their passions, you guys. You're either working to accomplish your goals or your dreams, or you're actually going to be used. I want to tell you again, the word used to accomplish someone else's goals and dreams. So in my opinion, you should never, ever reduce a goal. Don't make the excuses for the reasons that you don't reach them. Don't justify falling short. Always increase your actions. And from that, we will talk about that later on. So I want you guys to take this and really dig deep today. And if you're like, I don't have the time, make the time. We all have the 24 hours in a day. It's really what we choose to do with it that matters. So my encouragement for you guys today is to go ahead and write some goals down. Maybe micro goals, goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the night, goals that you want to accomplish earlier on this week, goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the year, and get yourself into the habit of providing yourself and allowing yourself to have well-defined goals, because the better that you start to describe them and the better that you start to define them, the harder that you work on achieving them, because they're going to start pulling you that much stronger. You're going to allow yourself more reasons to have more goals to come after more. And within that, maybe right now you're like, man, I can't even... I want to go ahead and have my husband, set goals with me. I want to go ahead and do this together. I just don't have the support. Have you thought to do it for yourself first? And in that process, you're going to be able to encourage and inspire someone else. Do it for you first. And that way, then you can go ahead and inspire others without you having to say much in return. So I hope that this finds you at a time that you needed it the most. I hope that you guys really set your goals. And if you do, I would love for you to tag me. My Instagram is ottersbox with an S at the end. And you guys can find me on there. Maybe write some goals. Tag me. I would love to know. It doesn't matter if it's business goals, if it's health goals, if it's whatever goals that you're trying to achieve. And share this. Share this with other people, because a lot of other people, a lot of other men, a lot of other women, kids, whoever listens, right, at this point in time, need to understand how important it is to set goals, how important it is to really define and enhance and adapt and overcome and dominate. And it's things that I was never taught in school. I was only asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? No one ever taught me to really define my goals, or to write down how much money I wanted to make, in a certain amount of time, or, did I want to, travel the world? If so, where did I want to go? I didn't have those things. So I'm giving you these things right now, that it doesn't matter where you are in life, start now.